Hey guys, Whitefall Wolf here, and today I have my Beetleswarm deck profile for you guys, but before that I must warn you that this is not an ordinary deck profile. This is more like of how my day went, and then deck profile in between, and talk about rounds and so now you're warned, but the deck list and all that will be in the description down below, so you can wait and watch the entire video and hear me explain about my card choices, or you can just scroll down and look at the deck list down below. But morning guys, Whitefall Wolf here, and today I thought I would do something different. I just woke up, it's something to 9 AM, right about 9 now, and I thought I would do a video with you following my day at local and all that stuff. Right now I have Chris with me on the sidelines over there, lying on the couch like a giant whale. Shut up. And today I was actually gonna play Evilswarm, or Beetleswarm, like I want to call it. I wanted to play some new deck with interactions and all that, so we'll see how that goes. We have a lot of dragons at the moment at local, so I thought I would test out since Key Beetles is out now, and let's see if I can do X1 or XO top 4, maybe the finals. Let's see about that. But yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting video with you guys following my entire day, so stay tuned. Look at this stranded whale I have on my couch. It's this is Chris. We call him Mermail Abyss Chris, because after when he was playing mermails, and you know this card, look at it, similarity. It's so close. There's 5 chins. This big whale over there.
Shut up!
Don't tell me there isn't any similarity. Look.
Oh,
Roar.
stupid people!
Kom nu bare. So we're walking down the streets of inner Copenhagen, just about to hit our local, just around the corner.
Your friend? Reggae, your friend?
Look at this is our local Pharaoh's cigar, right there. Look at this. This is back in the days we used to play here. It's under construction right now. We're rebuilding the entire store. But let's go up.
It's
pretty much Yugioh the Gathering. We are 25 people today, so
Du kan godt banish.
Men de får ikke nogen effekter. Jo, det gør de. Du kan ikke effekter.
Du kan ikke gøre noget med det.
guys, let's get into it.
Alright YouTube, Rigi came in top 4 after losing to Dragon Rulers, but what did you play? Tell us.
I played Beetleswarm.
Beetleswarm, what's Beetleswarm?
Evilswarm with Key Beetle.
Alright, then show us.
And went X1 and lost in top 4 to Dragons. I played Dargaunt. This is really good.
Oh, you don't say.
And these guys,
For those of you who don't know, when you normal summon level 4, is it? Then you can special summon it, right?
yeah, it's really good because Key Beetle needs stacks and makes Exceeds play more live. I hate when I draw a standalone card; it's really bad. But all in all, it was really good against Prophecy. Shockmaster turn 1.
Shockmaster, yeah.
Shockmaster, pretty standard. These guys, and then these guys, also really standard, right? Then these guys. Kerykeion.
Kerykeion.
Guess this is not so standard because I chose 3 Thunderbirds.
Why not 2?
This is my favorite card in the Evilswarm. I really like it, and since it's last of the format, people are trying different kind of things, so it's really good. And I faced Black Garden, and I started off with 2 and drew into the 3rd one. So
That's pretty good.
That was really good. Standard 3 Mandragoras.
Yep.
And 2 Rescue Rabbits. 1 super rare
That's mine.
and 1 secret. And same with Maxx's, 1 secret and 1 super rare.
You like 2?
Probably should have ran 3.
With all those dragon rules.
It was only dragon rules in top 4, but game 3 I drew incredibly bad, and game 1 he just had all the outs. I summoned Rabbit, he has a Devailer. I said 2, he has the Heavy Storm.
Everything.
In game 2 he almost won, but I chose to Allure of Darkness Heliotrope away, and I could make Master Key Beetle with Imperial Iron Wand on Emptiness. So.
GG.
And we have, I just got home from local, and I want to talk some Aftermath with you. The reason why I chose to run Evilswarm today was I was kind of getting bored with Spellbook Prophecy. Every time I got into top 8 was like, oh my god, please don't let me play against Ricky with Prophecy and all that. And I was kind of getting bored with it because it's just, Spellbook is just like lockdown, and then you fade and you have them locked. You have them pinned down until you can actually beat them down with all your smaller monsters. I missed the interaction, and Judgment of the Light came out, and this guy, he came out in that. And I picked up Key Beetle, so last week I picked up almost the entire deck of Evilswarm. I had to borrow some cards, but I chose to run this because Evilswarm has some of my favorite cards in the deck. They have, I love Thunderbird and Bahamut. They are really good. But this right here, this is what it's all about. It is a sick combo right there. This is one sick combo, and Key Beetle is Eradicator target, so that was really good. It was kind of what made me play Evilswarm. It was the release of this card. I just wanted to try it out. I missed the interaction, and at the end of the format right here at our local, we pretty much have people playing less meta decks, if you could call it that. We still have a lot of dragons at our local. 2 Pandemic.
Not triple?
No, I don't think it's needed. I thought about citing a 3rd one, but
Okay.
Allure of Darkness. I love this card so much. It's so good with the Dark Armed and Kagetokage.
Oh
and
shit.
Reinforcement Army, you have to. Reborn. So 5 spells.
No dark hole, no heavy.
No. I played round 1. I played Spellbook Prophecy. Yay! Starts off against, and I actually borrowed the guy's 6 or 7 cards for his deck. He didn't have the entire deck, so I borrowed from him DNA Cercion and Imperial Iron Walls. So it was all good. I start off winning the die roll and opening a pretty decent hand. I had Castor, Heliotrope, Kagetokage, Safe Zone, Warning, and I don't really remember this 6th card. But I start off with Castor, revealing Kagetokage, summoning Heliotrope, overlaying for Shockmaster, setting Warning, and Safe Zone. That's not much to say about that game. Game 2. I finally opened up with my Eradicators, but also I only open up with like one Thunderbird and Mandragora and stuff. And even though he didn't get Spellbook of Judgment flowing, he still had the regular pin down on me. So eventually I had to scoop. I had run so low on cards that I couldn't really see an end to anything. And game 3 was really simple. I opened up with the Key Beetle, Eradicator Virus, and Judgment, and he summons Magician Eye Judgment, and he plays Spellbook of Judgment, and I chain the Eradicator Virus on Key Beetle, knocking out of his hand Secret Masters and Double Tower. And he drew for turn, he drew Secrets, and he drew for turn, he drew Power, and on his last turn he drew Justice of Prophecy. But yeah, that game was pretty much over right there. So for round 2, I played against Hunters. That was fairly easy. He starts off winning the die roll, Thunder King, and I have the Rapid into double Heliotrope. Attack and make Key Beetle, setting Safe Zone. Using Key Beetle's effect on face down Safe Zone and flipping on his turn. He looks through his extra deck. He hasn't got Ouroborus in it because he couldn't get it. On my other hand, I top deck Dark Arm the next turn, and I have exactly 3 darks in the graveyard, so it was pretty much game over right there. And for game 2, I think he has 2 back rows, and I had the Rabbit again. And he made Omega, Constella Omega, and 2 back rows. And I start off with Rabbit, making Ophion, getting the Infection, because I already have Pandemic in hand. And I attack, and he has the Chalice. So I set the Infection with a Thunderbird in hand, and I set Compulsory and Mirror Force, and he attacks, and a Mirror Force. He chain Omega and I chain Compulse. And next turn I draw a Dark Arm Dragon. And what happens when you have an Ophion on field that got Chalice last turn in battle? That makes it 3 darks in the graveyard. So drop Dark Arm, flip Infection, trade out Thunderbird for a Kerykeion, and that was pretty much it. For the traps, 3 Compulse.
Triple. Best card.
So good. And this card with the Beetle or Ophion.
Ban it, no lock. If you don't know, the Master of Beetle, if you don't know what it does, you can detach 1 material, and then you can target 1 card, and it can be destroyed as long as it's face up. So if you target Safe Zone, and then you activate Safe Zone, none of them can be destroyed, ever.
Because Beetle protects this, and this protects Beetle. So
you can know that the only way you can come out of it is if you bounce Safe Zone, like, out to the hand or something.
With Evilswarm Ouroborus or Spellbook of Fate or something that doesn't target. I played 2 Eradicators in the main.
You liked it?
Yeah, I played Spellbooks in round 1, and against Hunters, he finally got rid of my Ophion, and I just chained to see what cards he had in the hand. Turns out he draws traps 2 turns after, so I hit those 2 and puts him at 0.
Who's that?
Mirror Force.
Mirror Force.
Because we have a lot of gadgets and floater decks like that. Infection. Best card ever.
That's pretty good.
And Warning and Judgment. And the deck is 40.
40, yeah.
Yeah. Round 3. I played against Utopia Ray deck with all those equip ZW, Tornado and all that. And I'd start off with the Beetle luck. Unfortunately for me, he has the nuts and go with a Utopia Ray of 9,900 and smacks everything into the Key Beetle, so I die. And game 2, he starts off with the Consecrated Light, and I had 3 Thunderbird and 3 Castor in hand, so It was so bad. I couldn't do nothing. I lost to that. For round 4 of the day, we only played 4 rounds, even though we should have played 5 since we were 25 at today's local. And we didn't have time for the 5th round, so in round 4 I had to play against Meta Beat with Garden in it, and I win game 1 and he wins game 2, and game 3 was really interesting, because I start off with 2 Thunderbirds, and he has the Thunder King and Black Garden, and 2 turns later I drew into a 3rd Thunderbird, and I had the safe zone on one of them, and I just kept beating down his tokens. He eventually made Maystroke. I couldn't get past that. I drew Mandragora and used it on a rabbit to make Direwolf, and eventually popped the garden. With him having 900 left, I couldn't really go into Cowboy since it wouldn't be good enough. But in the end, I still won. There wasn't really anything he could do. For the side deck, I played 1 Vaskii.
If you don't know what this is, the Drago Sack killer. Like, it kills it.
It's really good. You can go Draco Sack. You can go Castor into King of Feral Imp. Search out this. Then you can pop their tokens to special summon this and pop that Draco Sack and attack for 5,000 something.
If you don't know what it does, you can special summon by triggering 2 monsters that has 0 attack. So the tokens from either side of the field, and then you can pop 1 card. So you pop Draco Sack and then attack for 26.
Played Azzathoth in the side.
For those, what does it do for those who don't know?
Flip, return 1 special summon monster, and it has 1950 defense, and it's reptile also.
Kind of like a Compulsory, mini Compulsory.
Yeah, these are reptiles, and Kagetokages are reptiles, so really good with King of Feral Imp. I chose not to main it because I wanted Dark Armed over that.
Oh, okay.
Dark Armed was too good. Velas.
Why not in main?
Not room.
Oh, okay.
So I'd rather against dragons have the Maxx, and then if I face any other decks, I would change out the Maxx and fit them in for Heavy Storm, mystical space typhoons.
No Dark Hole, so.
No Dark Hole. Couldn't find room for it. I have the Infestation Terminus.
What does that do?
It's like a compulse for 2 cards. You banish, you target 1 Evilswarm monster you control and 2 cards your opponent controls. Then you banish the first target and returns the 2 other cards.
Oh, okay.
So it's also good when you side in this guy, and he's been flipped, and you just banish this guy.
Because he's of no use.
I would have played 2 Emptiness, but I only had 1. It's really good with the Beetle.
Oh, you don't.
Same goes with Imperial Iron Wall. Chose not to run 3 because I really hate when I play 3 Thunderbirds, and Rabbit and Kerykeion and all those kind of conflicts. I would have played only 2 DNA surgeries to make room for the second Emptiness, but this was really good against Prophecies in round 1.
And you always said fish, right? Why? Tell them why you said fish.
Because it's an underrated type, but also I just learned now I should have called Divine Beast, like guard cards. For the extra deck, that's when you get to see Beetle. So that leaves us to the top 8, where I had to play Hunters again, the Thunder family, and like in Swiss it was pretty much easy win. And then there was top 4, which was 2 Evilswarms, Simon from Poland and Chris with dragons, and my other teammate Martin with dragons, and me with Beetleswarm. And I had to play Martin, and I actually win the die roll. Starts off with the rabbit, and he has the Veiler. I set 2 back row, Infection and Solemn Judgment, and his 6th card is Heavy Storm. I chose not to Judgment, leaving me with just Rabbit, and it was horrible. I couldn't do anything game 1. Game 2 was also horrible because he had really many answers also there. I started off with Ophion, and he has Psyblocker. And then he goes nuts, he goes to town. And I use my Infection to trade out for a Kerykeion. Or I might have had the Kerykeion in hand, but I drew Allure of Darkness, and I had the Kagetokage in hand. So Allure of Darkness just to see if I could get anything better. And I did. I drew Imperial Anwall and Vanity's Emptiness of the Allure of Darkness, banishing Kagetokage, and Kerykeion using effect, going into Key Beetle, locking Key Beetle, protecting my Vanity's Emptiness, and the next turn protecting Imperial Anwall. So I actually won game 2 even though it looked really grim at the start. And game 3, let's just say I started off with a whole bunch of traps, but I only had one monster for the 4 turns I got to survive, and it was Heliotrope, so couldn't really do anything. Simon, he beat Chris's, so in the end the final was split between Evilswarm and Dragon.
The one that won you so many games.
Yeah, it's really good. 3 Ophion.
Yep.
Because it's Ophion.
Limited.
And 2 Bahamuts. 1 Ouroborus. Just in case anybody else had the Beetle, I want to have an out to
Okay.
to the
Beetle.
I should have played the Velvel chain since I run Dark Arm, but
Okay.
Nightmare. We have the Key Beetle.
Main card. $20.
And
Buy
it's-
it now before it gets more.
And it's Eradicator target too.
Yeah. And you need 2 level 4.
In top 8 against the Hunter family. I start off game 3 with Emptiness and Safe Zone on this guy.
Good luck,
And
right?
it was pretty, he just scooped. And in the game 3 against Prophecy in round 1, this Solemn Judgment, Eradicator, and everything.
That's pretty good.
And the King of Feral Imp, he's so good. Plus Cercion, Kagetokage, and Vaskii. Really good against dragons. Maestro,
Make sure you.
Direwolf, and Pearl. Cowboy, Dweller, Shockmaster. So good with Kagetokage.
Sounded pretty easy.
But all in all, I think the deck was really good to play with, and some minor changes might be in order, but all in all I really like the deck, so I might play it next week too. And I want to thank DK Yugioh for being such a good deck profiler when he does. Every time I want him to do a deck profile on me, he does it really good. So thanks to DK Yugioh, and I want to thank Tomoki for borrowing me Diamond Direwolf and the 3rd safe zone that I needed, and he also borrowed me Ouroborus and some other exceeds. And Tomoki, don't forget that you lost the bet, and I'ma hold you to that, since I did go X1 and I did make at least top 4, so I told you so. And yeah guys, that's it for now.